morning, welcome back to BT. Through her books and blogs and TV appearances, parenting expert Alyson Schafer has been helping lower the stress of parenting one step at a time. Tonight, you can get your help in person at the Masonic Centre starting at 7:30 as Alyson presents Honey, I Wrecked the Kids. But first, she joins us with a preview here on BT. All right, let's start with the subtitle to that book. Honey, I Wrecked the Kids is subtitled When Yelling, Screaming, Threats, Bribes, Timeouts, Grounding, Sticker Charts, and Removing Privileges All Don't Work. Why don't those things work?
Those things don't work because they are based on a model of parenting, which is our history, our cultural history, which is to use external control, to be very autocratic and basically say, be obedient, mind my will.
I'm the parent, you are the child, and you do what I tell you.
That's right. And, you know, what we have found is that there has been slowly over time a sort of social revolution taking place. And so we've seen it in, equal rights for women and minorities, and kids have finally come to the point where they realize, you know what? You can't yell at me, you can't degrade me, you can't hit me. And I think if we really think about it, that's actually really true. We do not want to be degrading and hitting our children. But the problem is, we still need to discipline them.
Right. I want them to be free thinkers. I want them to question authority.
Right.
Just not my authority.
So we really, in a sense, what we're doing is we're seeing a shift now where we want to raise kids that are not obedient, but rather kids that are cooperative. And we have never done that. That's a new paradigm for parenting. And really what we end up seeing is a shift whereby we are still living in slave-tyrant relationships, but it's now the kids who are the tyrants, and it's the parents who are the slaves.
Okay, and
that's not okay either. I do not want anyone to confuse my message as me being, do
everything your kids tell you to do.
No, that is really still very, very wrong, and that's what we've done. The pendulum has swung too far the other way, and the kid is like, I'm not eating that sandwich. You cut it into triangles instead of squares. Make it again. I don't want to go to bed. Oh, okay, just 10 more minutes. We're frightened as parents, and our kids are bullying us, and they are pushing us around, and it is not okay. So we need to learn a new way of parenting that requires different tools. And unless somebody teaches you new tools and techniques, you wouldn't know them because we haven't have a history of it.
You use the phrase power contests. Why shouldn't I try to win a power contest?
So the problem with winning a power contest is you're going to get more power contests because what you're basically teaching kids is to be impressed with the person in authority who gets their way by pushing people around. So you're either going to get a child who will submit to your will, you'll get a pleaser, and that has costs down the road.
Yep.
You give up your self-esteem and you get into other troubles, peer pressure, or you're going to get a sneak. You get the kid who's kind of like, well, I'll say I do, but I find, I won't watch video games here, but I'm going to go watch it at my friend's house,
yes.
Or you're going to get the person who basically says, if you're going to yell at me, I'm going to yell right back, tit for tat. And so, in the end, you're still not really getting a child who's doing what they need to do because they need to get on with doing it. Hang up your coat because your coat should be hung up, not because I'm going to give you a sticker and not because I'm going to yell at you.
Is it ever too far gone? If I've started with those power contests and I've lost too many battles along the way, can I still go back?
It's never too late. That's not what you're waiting to hear.
Yes.
Please tell me. Honestly. So that's why I called the book Honey, I Wrecked the Kids, because every parent thinks, oh man, I've been doing it all wrong, or everything I have done has just made the problem bigger.
Yes.
So everyone has that guilt. And the good news is, kids can change. All of us can change at any point. It's why I like being a psychotherapist. Otherwise I'd have a sign on my door saying, sorry, done, cooked, no help, here, go somewhere else. No, there's always an opportunity to change. And so what I'm going to be speaking about in my talk tonight is how we bring about change, not by focusing on trying to get the child to do something different, but instead thinking about how we can do things differently, because in fact, it's a series of dances that we do. It's interactional patterns that lead to these problems in our families. And you'll find they're the same problems over and over again, right? It's that we can never get out the door. He never goes to bed. I can never get him to eat. It's always the same little interaction.
Yep.
So I'm going to teach parents about what they do that actually sustains the very problem they're trying to solve and how to get out of it using these new tools.
Maybe the problem's not them, maybe the problem is me. If it's you, well, we got some help for you. You can check out Alyson tonight at Masonic Centre, starting at 7:30, going all the way till 9:30 with questions at the end, which I'm sure a lot of people just wait for.
And my book's there. People want to buy books, bring questions.
All that information's already on breakfasttelevision.ca. If you can hang around, we've got some questions from viewers. Beautiful. We'll answer your questions for parenting expert Alyson Schafer coming up on BT.